Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Clayton, and today I'm on location doing my first ever fitness video for this channel. If you saw my channel, the last couple of weeks I've been shooting video on osteoporosis, and one of the videos was on the best exercises to prevent or reverse osteoporosis. And this came from the LIFTMOR trial, where we saw up to a 6% increase in bone density in just a matter of months. So I'm going to go over the specific exercises that we used in that trial, and I'm going to show you the safe way to do it so you can get the effective results that you're looking for. And today I'm going to introduce a very special guest. Here we have my good friend, Candy Brown. Candy is a fantastic person and a really close friend. I've known her for a number of years now, and she's going to help us out with showing us how to do these exercises safely and effectively. Because if there's one comment that I got a lot, it was, wait a minute, how do I do this stuff? I've never been exposed to this. And when I first met Candy, I'm pretty sure she fell into that category. Is that right?
Definitely. I've never done anything before.
All right. And I think of you like a pro now. So we're going to have a good time today. Okay. All right. So let's get to the workout.
Okay.
All right. So the first one we're going to get into is the jumping pull-up. And to help us out with the coaching, I've got one of my good friends, Candy's husband, Rob, who is not only one of my closest friends and one of the fittest people I know, but he is a certified CrossFit trainer and I think you're a Masters Games athlete, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. So when I first met Rob, it was when I was working in the hospital and I was starting to take my patients down to the gym and work with them and really try to get into what was the prescribed program that would really get the benefits that we see in clinical trials and translate that into what I saw in my patients. And as soon as I started doing that, I went down and I was bringing people into the gym, and they said, well, if you're doing this, you've got to meet Robin Brown, because he literally is doing the same thing. And Rob was working in the hospital too. He was doing the same thing. He was grabbing everybody he could get his hands on and bring them down to the gym. So that was a great way for us to meet, and we've stayed good friends ever since. So, all right, so we're going to get to coaching. All right, so here we are. We're set up for the jumping pull-up. This is a fantastic exercise to not only load your both upper and lower body, but with the landing, we're going to get a great shock to the lower body that's really going to put that stress on the tendons and on the bones and give us that great bone health, that bone growth, that excellent bone density that we're looking for. All right, so Candy and Rob, show us how this one is done so we can do it safely and effectively.
All right, so again, the setup is Candy's going to be about 4 inches away from the bar. When she launches to do her jumping pull-up, she's going to crack her knees, jump, and pull, and actually clear the bar with her chin, and then come back down. And then she's going to do 5 rounds of jumping pull-up. Go ahead. And that is the jumping pull-up.
Fantastic. So a couple of things I'm just going to point out here is that you'll see in most gyms, the bar is where the bar is. The bar doesn't move. So what we've done is we've accommodated Candy by setting up this makeshift ladder so that she can get under the bar at the right height. Now you might say, what is the right height? Well, clearly the bar needs to be above the chin. Otherwise, we've got nowhere to jump to. We're done before we start. However, how high that bar goes depends on you and what you're capable of. So we could put the bar at about the level of the lips, the nose, the eyes, and you'll see that Candy, being a seasoned athlete, has got the bar set up right around her forehead or the top of her head. And we can get that bar as high or low as is comfortable for you. And the other thing I'm going to point out is that when she's pulling up, she's going to pull up, and then as soon as her chin clears the bar, what she does is she lets go of all the stress in her arm. She doesn't lower herself down. And when she hits the ground, what she wants to do is actually land with bent knees, but with firm legs. She doesn't want to cushion and soften the blow, because that takes all the impact out of this nice high impact workout. So let's see it again. Let's do the jump, and then as soon as we get to the top, we're gonna kind of release all the tension in the arms, and we're gonna come down and hear that slap of sneakers on the box to show us what kind of impact we're getting to create that great bone growth. Fantastic. And now let's just see one with soft knees, just so we see what it sounds like when we don't get that impact. Yeah, so see how she bends the knees and takes all the stress out, and that's not gonna work for bone growth. That's a low impact, we want high impact. And here is a good time to embarrass Candy a little bit and let you all know how impressive it is that she is out here doing this. So when I met Candy about a decade ago, she had really never done anything in terms of high intensity training or heavy weightlifting. She was doing what a lot of my patients, what my friends do, which is do the walking or the gardening or the elliptical. And she's really done well over the past decade, kind of building up to the types of exercises that we're talking about today. But what makes this really special is that, Candy, what happened 3 months ago?
Well, I had to have a total knee replacement from an injury that I had 15 years ago, and I was trying to repair it on my own with just exercise, but I had to have the knee replaced, and now I'm back in the gym and it's doing great.
Fantastic. So Candy is an excellent example of, it doesn't matter if you've never done this before, there's no time like the present, jump right in. And even if you've got a new hip, a new knee, a new shoulder, as soon as that rehab is over, get in here, use the right supervision, get some education. This is just the beginning, but go ahead and do the stuff that really makes a difference in your life. So thanks, Candy and Rob. This was fantastic. All right, now we're getting into the squat, which is another important movement and was critical to the success of the LIFTMOR trial. And if you saw my other video, you know how much I love the squat. This is one of the most important exercises for building strong bones. All right, Candy and Rob, take it away.
All right, so the squat. So the squat is a little bit more technical than some of the other lifts. So let me go through some key points of setup. So as you notice that Candy is got her toes slightly pointed out at a diagonal. She's going to be using the box here as a target. So it kind of informs her when she's gone low enough, and you can adjust that at will. The other thing that she's going to be doing is she's got this PVC on her shoulder with a somewhat of a wide grip with her hands. So that creates a level of stability. So the other thing that is important is this is set up on top, and she's got somewhat of a wide grip on the bar, and it's up not on her spine but on the meaty part of her upper back. When she drives down, she's going to be keeping her chest up, and she's going to drive her hips back and thrust her knees out. So she's actually creating some room to drop her body into a squat position. So let's try that. Let's do 5 reps on this. You see that? And slight pause at the bottom is fine. And
Candy, do me a favor. Do one without sitting all the way down.
yeah, the touch and go.
Yeah. Now notice when Candy doesn't sit all the way down, you see from the side, that bar is going straight up and down right over her heels.
Right.
So that bar, that weight is staying right over her axial skeleton.
And notice how neutral her spine is, that it takes her spine totally out of the lift. It's all leg and hip action.
No rounding of the back and no bending over, none of that. Fantastic. You guys look great. Should we try with the bar?
Sure. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to move this back just a little bit and to give you some room. There we go. All right. So here we're going to do the same movement. Hips back, chest up, wide knees. Touch and go. Look, notice again the neutrality of the spine. That is the back squat.
You look great, Candy. All right, and remember, what we're doing on these is we're looking for the most weight that you can lift 5 times in a row. So we want to do that safely. We want to pay attention to what our body can handle. But what we want to do is try out with a low weight, get our form down, and then we're going to start building up to that 5 repetitions comfortably.
We're okay. We're good.
All right, here we're setting up for the deadlift, the next exercise in our LIFTMOR workout sequence. All right, Rob and Candy, take it away.
All right, so on this movement, the setup is everything, and this directly correlates to the success of the movement and being safe. So the first thing that we do is we position our feet about shoulders width apart. You want the bar, as you can see, the bar lined up over your shoelaces. And this is important because the glide path of the bar, you want that to stay as close to the midline as possible and to ensure that you have a neutral spine. So go ahead, Candy, and grab the bar about a thumb's length from the knurling. And you can see that Candy's chest is up, her gaze is horizontal, and she's just going to stand up. The other thing to really notice about her, look, go ahead, keep going, is that the hips and the shoulders are rising at the same rate. This is critical, right? And there you go. That is the deadlift. And if you notice on the re-entry is that her glide path was coming right back to her shoelaces. So anyway, nice job.
Nice job.
Be better at it.
All right, so here we are. We've got the setup for the shoulder press. Another great LIFTMOR exercise. Candy and Rob, show us how this one is done.
All right, so this is one of my favorite lifts, the military press, and Candy is going to, again, it's all about setup. She's going to be pushing at about the knurling, and one of the key things on this one is to move your chin out of the way as you lift. So you want that movement. So we see how she puts her chin back overhead. The other thing is that you don't want any sway in your spine. So a lot of times people will actually bow their spine. You don't want that. Keep your core tight. So when you start to lift, big breath, and then push straight up. The other thing, do that one more time, please.
And keep your knees back.
Is full extension of the arms. See that? A lockout. And right to the chest. That is the military press.
Well done. Looks great. So hopefully you enjoyed this introduction to the 4 exercises that made up the LIFTMOR trial. We've got the deadlift, the squat, the shoulder press, and the jumping pull-up. Now, this wasn't meant to give you all the information that you need in order to safely perform the exercises, but merely to give you an introduction to them so that when you go to the gym, when you find a trainer, when you find a physical therapist, when you get that instruction, you're already kind of 1 or 2 steps down the road in terms of your understanding of the movements and what to keep in mind. Okay, now safety first, always start with a low weight, work on your form, and once you've kind of gotten your mind around the technique and you can do it flawlessly without risk of injury, then we want you to start increasing the amount of weight that you're lifting and build up to a heavy 5 repetitions at a time. So the goal is 3 to 5 sets, 5 repetitions as heavy as you can, and take 2 to 3 minutes in between each set to rest and recover. If you feel any pain, back away from it and never do anything that you're not comfortable with. Get the training and the supervision you need in order to work out safely to your limits. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.